So, one of the things that the 1967 Spider-Man cartoon is known for is its fair share of animation mistakes. But you know what? I love the mistakes. I've always found them genuinely entertaining. I mean, how could you not, right? But it's easy to imagine why these things would happen because older cartoons were low budget and they had strict deadlines. I'm sure a lot of the time they probably even noticed a lot of the mistakes we'd end up seeing, but by that point it was too late because of the deadlines. I mean, let's look at one now and, try to think it through with me. Let's try to imagine what maybe could have gone wrong. Here's a shot from Origin of Spider-Man, where Spider-Man's costume's colors are mixed up, right? Now my guess is whoever they had color this scene was told red and blue, and they just didn't pay attention to where the red and the blue was supposed to go. I mean, what else could it be? Maybe even afterwards somebody corrected them, showed them that they had colored it wrong, so they colored it correctly from that point forward. But somehow that error still got into the mix of what was used for the episode, and it wasn't noticed until it was too late. Now, this is just my guess. I have no real idea, but take into account that it's only a few seconds long. And again, it's not too hard to imagine how something like this maybe could have happened, right? But what is hard to imagine, what quite frankly I can't even fathom, is what this video that you're watching right now is about. In Spider-Man 1967, the classic character Captain Stacy shows up in 3 episodes, but he has 2 major differences from his comic counterpart. 1, his name is Ned Stacy instead of George Stacy, and 2, he isn't Gwen Stacy's dad. See, Captain Stacy is Gwen Stacy's dad in the comics, the Amazing Spider-Man movie, and really anywhere else, but in Spider-Man 67, he isn't. Gwen Stacy doesn't even exist in the Spider-Man 1967 cartoon universe. Instead, Captain Stacy is actually referred to as Mary Jane's uncle during his second appearance in the episode The Big Brainwasher.
Snap your napkins. Compliments of the house.
How nice. A free photograph.
And the funny thing is that in that episode, he looks like this. But during his first appearance into Cage of Spider, he looks like this.
What do you think, Captain Stacy? Maybe we should take this mask off while he's just lying there. We might not get another chance.
I wouldn't do it, Tom. Not without expert legal advice. Right now, we'd better just keep this crowd back.
No one's coming closer. This man has rights. Stay right there.
What rights? He's a public enemy. You're supposed to protect us.
No. Get back. The law protects everyone. We don't even know if he was committing a crime when he fell.
Now, these 2 episodes are, they're pretty far away from each other, and honestly, I'm not expecting a lot of consistency with a show like Spider-Man 1967, you know what I mean? So, they got it wrong somehow, right? He looks different in those 2 episodes for some reason. Maybe they forgot that they'd used that character before, or they lost the cells. Who knows? But then, Captain Stacy makes his 3rd appearance in Specialists and Slaves, and he looks like this and this, right? This and this, and it's not even at different parts of the episode or something either. No, I'm talking basically mid-sentence. They just jump from this to this, and you're supposed to realize that it's the same guy. And it's like several times this happens.
Maybe we ought to let the mob finish him. The specialist will anyway.
We'll let the specialist decide what to do with him. Maybe he'll want to question him. I've got to save him. It's the only chance the city has. The mob, my men, they're like robots. Just like they obey the specialist, they'll obey me. I'm the only one not enslaved, the only one left free. Can't let them know it. Must make them think I want to jail him so the specialist can question him. He'll have a chance to recover at the prison infirmary. Even if he was awake, I wouldn't be able to let him go. So long as he's locked up, he won't give us any trouble. Why don't you men go home? Once I get rid of them, I might be able to help Spider-Man. No, Commissioner. Spider-Man is no problem now. Why not wait before telling the specialist that we have him? Wouldn't it be better if we delivered whatever information we could to the specialist all at once, rather than keep bothering him?
I have no idea how they could accidentally do that. I can't even imagine it, you know? Like, how could they not notice? Honestly, did they do it on purpose? Maybe. I have no idea. Then again, I'm by no means a professional or anything. My guesses are based on my very limited knowledge on how the show was put together, so if any of you have guesses, let me know. Sometimes in my videos, I have more questions than answers. This is definitely one of those times. I mean, how did this happen? What? Well, it's one of the last episodes from the 3rd season, which is the peak of terrible animation for the show. There are many, many mistakes during that time. But this one is so over the top. But if I had to guess, I think they did it on purpose. The show seemed to have next to no quality control at that point, and it was about to end in a few episodes, so they knew they could get away with it. But why? What if they were using the footage from his first appearance in To Cage a Spider? Reusing animation was a standard practice, of course, but then they realized they didn't have that much, so maybe they were like, hey, we need a few new shots of Captain Stacy. But instead of drawing up new stuff, they instead used some unused footage of another character they had laying around, added a pipe, and they were like, good enough, who cares? This show ends in like 2 episodes anyway. Let's get out of here, boys. And then they all did a lot of cocaine. That's the only thing I can think of. And yeah, that's all I got. Again, I have no idea. That just seems the most likely to me, I guess. What do you guys think? Seriously, tell me what you guys think. I'm sure somebody out there probably has a better idea on this. Maybe they've seen something like this in another show or something. Let me know. All right. Well, until next time, guys.